What's up, good people? It's Trayvon Pratt with AIM, always improving the mind, and we have another power person for you guys. Man, this next guest is a huge one for me. If you've been on YouTube and looked at a motivational video, more than likely you checked out this person's YouTube page. More than likely you've actually checked out their stuff. So, I love this guy. I love what he does. He definitely pushed me into this realm, further into this realm. And he also has a new book out called Built to Serve. And that's why we titled this live Built to Serve. Because that's what we're gonna jump right into, man. So without further ado, let me bring on to you guys our guest, Evan Carmichael.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
How you doing, Trevor?
What's going on, man? It's Trayvon.
It's happening. I'm excited, dude.
It's happening. Man, what's going on, Evan?
I'm good. Thursdays are my public facing day. I'm usually introverted and shy and, like to stay to myself, but Thursdays are let's spread the message to the world, and I'm happy to be here. This is great.
I love it. I love it, man. So I want to ask you about that because you're an introvert. So many people use their introvertedness as an excuse, like a badge of honor to not do anything. So explain that for me. Like, can you elaborate like what it is to be an introvert and still go for whatever it is that you want?
Ah, man, I struggled so much with this in the early days of this journey. And if you look at on my homepage, I'll show like the growth, right? Of
Yeah.
year over year. Let me pull it up. Year over year, how much I struggled with getting my message out there. And a lot of it was just believing in myself and feeling like, I'm an introvert, so I'm never going to win. And, I can flip the camera here. Look at this. So like that's the growth, right?
Uh-huh.
So year one, 25 subscribers, 107 subscribers, 340 subscribers. Like look how long it took to get anything happening. And a lot of that was me just feeling like I'm too introverted, I'm too shy. I don't, people share their story, talk about themselves. They have a huge ego. And it took me a while to figure out, well, but I still want to serve.
Yeah.
I still want to help. Even introverts want to help and serve and
Hmm.
care. And what I realized was I just don't like I don't like small talk. And
Oh.
I like having meaningful conversations,
Yeah.
but I don't like just talking about the weather or talking about the hockey team I don't care about or whatever. So I struggle in those scenarios, but I realized, oh, I still want to get a message out to the world. I still want to help. I still want to serve. And I need to exercise that courage muscle every time. Like 10 years ago, I wouldn't have come on your show. I wouldn't have done that. I'd have been, no, there's no way. Me, what do you want to talk to me for? I'm going to go write my book. I'm going to go and just stick to myself. But I realized, no. If I want to have an impact, I need to get out there. And so it's
Mm.
defaulting to service really helps me. Like somebody who's watching this might be impacted by the message, so I'm going to show up.
There we go. There we go, man. So basically, once you discovered your purpose and you realized that you wanted to make an impact, that's what pushed you into actually putting yourself out there, realizing that you're of value and you have something to give, even if it's a little, you have something to give.
Yeah, it was less about like not feeling valuable enough.
Mm.
That wasn't the internal conversation. It was more that I want to help, that I want to wake up and feel like today is going to matter because I'm going to do something to serve somebody else.
Yeah.
Um, and I still deal with this, right? Like it's not like, oh, I dealt with this, I figured that out and I'm done now. Just before COVID hit, my second last speaking gig was in Whistler, and it was
Mm.
Ed Milet and Andy Frisella have this group called the Arate Group, where they made me an honorary member, gave me this axe, and they had, I don't know, you got to pay like $50K or something to be in this group, and they fly me out to Whistler in Vancouver, close to Vancouver, BC, and I'm speaking, and nobody knows the speaker list.
Yeah.
I get there the day of, and then I get to know the speaker list because they got to know, like, when am I talking? And just before me is David Goggins,
Yeah.
who's like the most intense human of all time. And then, right? And then just after me is Peyton Manning, who, you know, if not the greatest, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Right.
For any non-Americans watching. And I'm in the middle. Like, are you kidding me? This is the lineup? Like, it's David Goggins and then Peyton Manning? What?
Yes.
Where am I? What? And all of the limitations, like, why am I here? What message am I going to share? And every time I made it about me, it made me more scared. It made me play small. But when I can, here's what I did. Like, I remember I took a picture. I'm like, I am panicking. This is crazy. And then I looked at the audience. I like peeked behind the stage, and I looked at the audience. And like, you know what? I'm going to help these people. Ed wanted me to talk about YouTube stuff. It's like, okay, you know what does Peyton Manning know about YouTube stuff? Right?
Right.
Dawkins gonna come and crush the YouTube? No, it's like I have something to serve, and so like I'm gonna come and I'm gonna help, and I like pick people in the audience like mentally. I'm gonna go help that person. I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna help him. Like my message, I'm here to help them. And as soon as I can get it out of, it's not focused on me anymore, and it's focused on who I'm gonna help and serve. It gives me the courage to go off and do the thing. In that case, speak, you know, at that event. But it's an ongoing thing because my default nature isn't let's get up and go make content and go share and get on stages. It's getting on stage. I still don't even enjoy it as much as it's the permission to have conversations afterwards in the hallway. So
right.
Getting on stage is not to hear me talk. It's that when I can go in the hallway afterwards, people come up and ask me questions and I can help them.
Yes, man. That one-on-one, it's the connectivity.
Yeah, and it helps you realize that, again, what you're doing matters. You're telling someone, you give them some advice, and you see their eyes light up, and you see the hope, and like, oh, and it's like, yeah, that's fine.
Definitely, man. That is huge, man. David Goggins, wow. I love this book. I loved your book, too. So, everybody, before we continue, this is the newest book, Built to Serve. I know my light is reflecting off of it. That's because it shines. But yes, Built to Serve. This helps you find your purpose. It definitely helped me out. I do appreciate you for it, man. That was a great book, one that I go back to, and I've shout out several times. So let's get into it. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Each question may answer the other, but I'm going to ask you anyway so we can open up a little bit. And let's go ahead and see where this goes.
All right. 5 questions. I'm ready.
5 questions, my man. You're a power person. Let's go. So, Evan, who are you? Who is Evan Carmichael?
Just a human trying to make an impact. You know, like I think to different people, I'm different things.
Oh,
cool. You know, so like at that event with Ed, I was focused on talking about YouTube strategies. You know, to you here, we're talking about Built to Serve and purpose and introvert, right? The other groups, I run the largest salsa dancing school in Canada. It's how I met my wife. In that group, they may not even know my videos or books, but I'm the guy who owns a salsa company.
right.
To my son, he doesn't care about any of that stuff. You know, he doesn't care about my book and I'm a dad. So I'm different things to different people. Happy to dance with whatever energy they're throwing out, and I'm just a human who wants to make an impact.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And before we go further, I'm actually an extrovert, but I'm surrounded by introverts. I think I don't really go by statistics, but I think it says like 80% of the world is introverted. So it's usually a balance for me with my inner circle because they're all introverted. So I'm usually the one who's like, yo, go. Do it. Like, push it out. Like, they know if they're gonna come to me, they got to be ready because I'm all about action. I'm just about do it anyway. Like even my wife, she's introverted. I'm like, you're a great travel agent. I've been to several countries because of you. You should get on YouTube and speak about travel. You know, like and she's like, what about this and what about that? And I'm like, she's like, what am I gonna talk about? Just talk, just do it.
Well,
It's
this is
funny.
where, like, so if you actually want to help introverts, there's a two-step process. There's two different ways. One,
Let's do it.
recognize that like your little step is a giant step for other people. Like
Yes.
just press record and put the video on YouTube. What's wrong with that? Like that's a giant step, dude. Like that what it's like you're traveling across the country. Where for you
Yes.
it's just like I'm just crossing, I'm just going to the bathroom. Like it's a short walk, but for somebody else, so we often judge somebody's step like, well, that's really easy, but it's not easy for them. It's easy for you, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
And so recognize that for them, it's a giant step, this thing that you're asking them to do. So like, so encourage them and maybe what's the even smaller, tinier step than the one you're proposing. The second thing, and this might be the most beneficial is do it with them. You know? Like, you know what? I'll make the first video with you.
Exactly.
Let's talk travel. It's like, well, what do you know about travel? I don't know. Whatever. We'll just do it together.
Yes.
We have this morning I was doing my training. I have a program called Movement Makers where I train thought leaders how to get the message out to the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a new challenge, and this month's challenge is how to trust the process. So the challenge that you have to do is you have to make a 10-minute video, a solo video on your own talking about how to trust the process. And you have to do 3 collaboration videos with other people on how to do it. And some people, this is their first video they've ever made. And they've never done a collaboration before. And they're insanely terrified of going live on an Instagram, for example. And there are members in my group who they make it their goal to always find the new members who've never gone live before and never done a collaboration. I'll be your first. I'll do it with you. I'll show you.
Yes.
If nobody shows up, we're still going to have a great time. Like, let's do it together. And in doing the first step that seems impossible, like some of these people have wanted to make videos for years and they've just never done it. And now all of a sudden they've done 3 videos with different people and gone live, all because of people like you who would then say, hey, you know what? I'll hold your hand and we'll do it. Let's do this together.
Let's do it.
And you're giving them the gift of belief and momentum, because once you do it, it's like, you know what? Like, that wasn't that bad. You know, I thought it was this giant mountain and it's not that bad. I could do that again, right? And like, that's one of the greatest gifts that you can give people. So do it with them for anybody. Like, do the thing with them as opposed to just telling them what to do. Show them how to do it. Do it together.
Yes. Yes, and I do that. I'm definitely with all of my people. If it's something that they want to do, I'm all the way there. I encourage them, but I also walk along that line with them. And most of the time, like you said, they realize it's not that bad. You're just stuck in here. You're thinking and thinking. So when you overthink, it becomes heavy. It becomes the big challenge. It becomes a mountain. That's why I like, you know, before I overthink, if I got an idea and I got excited about it, I need to just act on it immediately.
My new book is called Momentum. It doesn't come out yet. July 26th is the ebook, and then we're doing softcover, hardcover, audiobook, Spanish, all that stuff. But you will love it because it's all about like, how do you get, like, the only thing most people are missing is just momentum. You've got the idea, you've got the heart, the soul, you want to help and serve, and just you're stuck for years or decades sometimes just overthinking it instead of just out into the world. So yeah, we'll get you a copy when it comes out because I think you're gonna like it.
I love it, man. You already know I'm plugged in. I'm ready. So next question, Evan. What's your passion? What's your business? What's your purpose? What do you do?
So I think your purpose comes from your pain. And that's one of the main concepts in Built to Serve there. It's like whatever you struggle the most with as a human is what you want to help other people through. So I struggle the most with belief. Belief in myself, belief I could do things, belief that someone like me, you know, could make things happen. And so that's what I'm trying to gift to myself. Like my biggest problem is still belief to get to the next level. But Denzel Washington had this great line where he's saying, hey, we're on a mountain journey of growth. Like we're climbing up a mountain. And the mountain is growth. And every time you take a step on the mountain, you reach back and help somebody else get to where you're at.
Right.
Like you're never done climbing. You're never done climbing. So there's always more that you can continue to grow and get better and learn. Because we feel like we haven't, there it is, you know, always be improving. We're never, and we feel like an imposter because we don't know enough. Because we're only looking to what we don't know. But recognize that, you know, if Denzel or Oprah or whoever is at like step 1,000 and you're only at step 10, you think, oh my gosh, I'm nothing compared to them. They're at step 1,000, but you're at step 10, right? And where are most people stuck? Right at the beginning.
Yes.
So most people in the world are at step 0. Help them get to step 1, 2, 9. You can do that. You can't get them to step 20 because you haven't gone there. Cool. Don't stress about that. Get them to step 9. And as you go from 10 to 11, then you help them get to step 10, right? Like every time you learn a little bit, you then pull and help people climb the mountain with you, right?
Right.
So I think that's what everybody wants to do. We just haven't figured out what that is, which is why I wrote Built to Serve. But for me, it's helping spread more belief to myself and then to the world.
Yeah, I needed that, man. I needed that because that is an issue. That is an issue. I know you said in that book, that's your one word is believe. And that is an issue. I think mine was hope. I'm realizing the number one problem that I keep coming across is communication. So I might have to do something on that. But mine is hope. I didn't have any hope, which is pretty similar to belief. I didn't have any hope. I used to tell myself that high hopes lead to high letdowns because anything I got my hopes up for, I would get let down. And that would stem from childhood, you know, parents not, you know, following through on, oh, we're going to do this today. Yeah, nah. Not realizing, you know, any other factors, get my hopes up about whatever, and then it would just get shut down. Well, that's because at some point I stopped believing that things would happen, and that left my hope. I was hopeless. So that was my one word is hope, because we got to have some hope, man. You got to have something that you're aspiring to, you know, be hopeful for, you know, the future, whatever it is that you want, you literally can have. This is how Always Improving the Mind actually was created. Like, build that mindset. You really can put your mind to anything and accomplish it and achieve it. You know, we got people, you know, they're talking about living on Mars. So, I mean, we here. The possibilities are endless. So, I love it, man.
Well, and what a gift you're giving the world. Like, imagine a world where people have more hope. I want to live in that world. So you got to keep doing your work, man. It's important.
I appreciate it. Man. So what led you to that? What led you to belief? What led you to all of what you do, your passion and your business and stuff?
It was a long journey.
Yeah.
I think is why anybody writes a book or wants to share it, because it was such a long journey that I want to make it easier for other people. Like, your path to find hope was such a long journey that it's like, you just want to make it, you want to give people the shortcut. So how I went about it is not what I would recommend. You know, like, if you want to find yours, go read Built to Serve. Like, the exercises, it's just a lot. I wish I had that book. Like, we write the book that we wish we had 10 years ago. For ourselves, right? We're writing to younger us, and there are millions of people who right now are younger us. So I flailed around, tried to figure. I mean, I showed you the YouTube journey, how slow it was. So how I did it is not what I would recommend. I want you to go faster. I want you to struggle as much as I did, right? But I think everybody has a single most important core value. And listen, man, it's always positive. I've done this exercise with tens of thousands of people. It's always positive. I've never had somebody's one word or their who be death or hatred. Like, it's always something positive, whether it's hope or belief or freedom or inspiration or belong or short. Like, it's always something positive.
Yes.
So humans are good.
Yes.
But we're just in a lot of pain.
Yep.
Like, you know, if you were really stressed out and overwhelmed and filled with anxiety, are you always going to show up the most hopeful for yourself and others? It's like, no, You know, am I always showing up as my most proud self? No, right? So even us, but most people
Yes.
hate their lives. They're working up and driving to a job that they hate every day, and they're in a lot of pain and they're in a lot of stress. And so the reminder that it's hurt people that hurt people, right? That if somebody's throwing a lot of negativity at you, or somebody saying, you know, hey, you can't do that, don't have so much hope. It has nothing to do with you. They are in a really dark spot themselves. I don't believe in haters, as like haters don't exist. It's not a word. It's just a lot of hurt people. Like if somebody's coming after you, if you're trying to spread hope to the world, and somebody's coming after you and dropping a lot of negativity, right? That have no idea who you are. Like, how bad does it reflect on their own life that the highlight of their day is coming and leaving a negative comment on your video?
Right.
They're just in a lot of pain, and they're a good person. They're not a hater. They're just in a lot of pain. They don't know how to get out. They feel like they're drowning, and they're suffocating, and there's no exit, right? So that at least really shifted the mindset for me, and that took a long time to come up with as well, because like, I'm only putting out positive content. Why do I, no, we don't get a ton of negativity, but why would somebody come and leave such a nasty comment on my video when I'm just right? This is why, because they're in a lot of pain. It's nothing to do with me. They're in a lot of pain.
Right. I would say, because I noticed this too, and what I would say is, what I said that even hate is a form of love. Even hate is a form of love. So I'm big on love. I'm a lover. I've been through a lot of phases. I've been a bully before. I've been bullied. I've tried to be the strong, tough guy and saw what that got me. And I've, had to do a whole lot of learning about what these things actually mean to me. And I'm a lover. I love love. I'm generous. I do I'm still a chivalrous person. I know chivalry is dead to a lot of people and stuff like that. But, when people come to me about hate and haters, usually, like you said, those people are just hurting themselves, and it's projection. And it's like, I just want you to stop because I don't feel like I'm moving or something of that sort. Hate to me is confused love. When somebody comes at me on some hateful stuff, it's confused love. And usually, if I get the opportunity to have a conversation with that person, it usually opens up by me just having empathy and just being able to have an honest, genuine conversation. Maybe that person hasn't been talked to. Maybe that person still has that mentality. Most of the guys still have that mentality to be the strong guy, the strong and silent. You don't say nothing to nobody, but you're actually fragile on the inside. You're actually about to implode because you're carrying so much weight. It's so heavy. So just being able to talk to people, having that open, genuine conversation, it usually unravels something that they're dealing with, something that they're going on, something that they're carrying. And a lot of times it's just through questioning. The greatest coaches just give you the questions and you figure it out.
Well, listen, I know we've only got like 2 minutes or 1 minute, but here's why. Like in my new book, Momentum, is what I talk about. Whoever's more confident wins. The reason why that conversation goes your way is because you believe in love more than they believe in hate.
There you go.
As strong as their belief in hate is, or negativity, or whatever, as strong as their belief is, you just believe in love and hope more.
Yes.
And when you're around people who believe in the thing more, you gravitate towards them. So you will pull them. They will not pull you down. You will pull them up. It may not happen right away. It may be a process. It may take a week, a month, a year, 10 years, but you will pull them up. They won't pull you down because whoever is more confident in the thing wins. So that's how you're able to pull them out.
I love it. So before you head out, because I didn't see the time, before you head out, I got one more question. If a two-parter. If you were broadcasting live in front of 1 billion viewers, what would be your one message you'd love to share with the world?
Well, first, I got to have you on with me. So it's a duo.
What's up?
Let's go. And believe, dude. Believe that it's possible. Believe that you can. Believe that it will work out. Believe, believe, believe.
Believe, man. Any CTAs for the audience? Anything you want them to do before you head out?
Go show this man some love. It takes a lot of work to put this together. and he's been on a journey. And if anything in here, you like his questions, you like his style, you like the vibe, you want more hope in your life, go give him a follow, go give him some comments, go give him some love.
Love it, man. I appreciate you, Evan.
Love is a CTA. Make it happen.
There you go. Love is a CTA. Make it happen, people. Make it happen. I love it, man. Well, I do thank you for sharing your time with us, Evan. I know you're a busy guy. You got a role. You know, your wife has been on me. She's strict about it. She's like, look, I love it. I love it, man. But I do appreciate you for coming on, man. This is a blessing to me, and it's huge. It's huge for me.
Much love, man. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Power, power, power. Thank you all for who are still here, who have checked us out. Get his book, Evan Carmichael's book, Built to Serve. It definitely helps you with finding your purpose, and that will help the introverts do more of what they want to do, what it is that they have a calling for. Also, follow AIM, Always Improving the Mind. My name is Trayvon Pratt. I am a mindset coach, so anybody wants to have the conversation, I have a free 30-minute mindset check-in. You can DM me for that. If you would like to be a guest on here as well, you can also come in the DM and just tell me about it. This live segment is called Power People. And the thing about it is everybody has a message, and I want to talk to y'all. Everybody is doing something. So that message needs to be shared to the world. You can use this platform to do so. So I appreciate everybody who has come on today. Much love. Evan Carmichael, thank you for coming in. He also, sneak peek, he got a new book coming out July 26th. It's called Momentum. Be on the lookout for that. I'm definitely going to grab my copy because this was a gem. Much love to all of you guys. This will be uploaded to YouTube as well, so hit the link in the bio, follow the YouTube as well, and I'll be seeing all of you. Yeah.